We need to remember to have higher expectations for our students. One of the most astounding things that happened to me at the beginning of the school year last year was I sat down with my team, and as they began to plan things out, I realized that we were not doing best practice teaching. We were not doing conceptual units. We were not doing thematic units. We were not doing we were not using engaging techniques. We were not using things that worked on the student's interest. Instead, we were using the textbook, and that was it. And I just kind of started to like cry like after meeting these people. I just started to just like ball up. And one of the teacher leaned over to tell me,
"We do not do good teaching here because the students cannot handle it."
Cannot handle it.
Cannot handle it.
Throughout the year, I also saw this and heard this from other teachers. They would have these offhanded, generalized comments about an entire population of like 300 kids, where they would say,
"Oh, the kids can't learn here. They can't behave well. They're too stressed out. They can't handle intense dialogue. They can't handle doing equations."
Like, as if somehow their class, their poorness, and their race disabled them from using cognitive processes in their brain. And people would just say this. They would make these just terrible, low expectation comments that would cut kids to their knees. And when you set a low expectation for a student, they only will meet that expectation. It's like running. If you're running, and I hate running, so I face this all the time. I'm running and I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna go the whole mile. I'm just gonna stop at one third of a mile. And guess what? I stop at 1/3 of a mile because I've wired my brain to believe that I can only do 1/3 of the mile. Now, if I change my expectation, if I believe, hey, I can actually go the whole mile, and I really force that belief into my brain, I'm gonna go the whole mile because I will believe that I can do it, and therefore I do that. It's the same way if we label people. If we say, you know, kid, you're stupid. You're stupid, you're stupid, you're stupid. And we tell him over and over in backhanded compliments, in snide remarks, in jokes, and maybe even straight up just abuse, that kid will end up believing that they are stupid. And it is the same way in how we set our expectations for our students. You need to set them from the very beginning of the year higher rather than lower. Just because these students are a different race than you, different background, different ethnicity, different whatever, doesn't mean that they're not able to do that, to be like you, to be better than you. I had this one teacher, this is a legit true story, where we were talking about one of my funniest students. Okay, this kid cracked me up in the morning every day. He would be out in the hallway bartering his breakfast away for money. Okay, he knew the system, and he like always wore nice clothes, and he made bank. He was a total entrepreneur in the making. Now, yes, he would come into the classroom and immediately put his head down and go to sleep, and he was an African American. So I was talking to this teacher about him, and you know what I said? I was like, oh, I'm looking out for this kid because this kid's going to be one of those multimillionaires in the future. And this teacher responded, oh, look out for his name in the newspaper when he goes to jail.
Goes to jail.
If you see a student purely based on his skin color, and you automatically, somewhere deep inside of you, think that kid is destined for jail, you're doing something wrong as a teacher. The students know. They know when you have such low expectations for them. They know when you don't care. When you don't believe in them. If someone didn't believe in me, if I was going to school and someone did not believe in me, I would not give them an ounce of my time. An ounce. And if you're a teacher that believes a student is not capable of moving up in the world, of not accomplishing their goals, you need to get the hell out of teaching. As educators, it is our job to push students, to push people to become better than they were before. As educators, it is our job to create a better generation than the previous one. And you cannot do that if you set an expectation as low as jail. You cannot set that. So I'm telling my fellow teachers, go and set the highest of expectations for your students. Believe in them, and you will see that they will rise. They will rise. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe. Please share this with your friends, your family, especially with your teacher friends. Let's make the world a better place, and let's make the classroom a better place. And let's set higher expectations.